Hello friends of Sudoku, this is an evil level Sudoku at sudoku.com's website. Let's see what this one is all about. There's a 6 here and here, and that would give me a 6 in this cell right here, right? And this 2 blocks these cells here. The 2 here blocks these 2 cells, and that means that this must be a 2. This 9 blocks this cell. The 9 here blocks these 2 cells. Therefore, one of these must be a 9. It doesn't matter right now which one it's going to be eventually, but a ghost 9 here and a 9 here, and this 9 forces a 9 to go here. We have a 1 for row 4. We also have a 1 for row 5. We need a 1 for row 6, and the only place it can go is here, because all of these 6 cells are blocked by these 2 existing ones. Now this 1 and this 1 and the 1 up here puts a 1 in this cell, and as we recall from just a moment ago, the other cell must be a 9. We need to find a 9 for the third column. These 3 cells are blocked because of the 9 here, and these 3 cells are blocked because of this 9 in the same box. This cell is also blocked by the 9 in the row, therefore this must be a 9. I know that this cell must be an 8, and I will tell you why. Because the 3 here is blocking this cell. That means that one of these 2 cells must be a 3. This 7 blocks this cell. Therefore, this cell must be a 7. You can see the 7 over here blocking this cell as well, right? So we have a 7 here and a 7 here, and that means that the other cell here must be a 7. So we got a 3 and a 7 pair here, and that puts an 8 in this cell. And therefore, this cell must be an 8 as well, and this must now be a 3. So now we have just one cell to fill in column 7, and that's going to be a 4, of course. In this column here, we still need to find a 3 and a 5. There's a 3 in the row, so this must be a 3, and this must be a 5. These have to be 3 and 7 as mentioned, and that makes these a 2 and a 4, which I can't place just yet. What I can do, however, is place a 3 in this cell, because the 3 here and the 3 here and the 3 here block all of these cells from being 3s. Therefore, this must be a 3. We've got a couple of 1s in this row and in this row. We need to find a 1 for row 3. It can't go here because of this 1. And it can't go here because of the 1 here. So this is where it must go. This cell cannot be a 2, can it? Because of the 2 here. So one of these 2 cells must be a 2. We already have a 2 in row 2. That is here. So we need to find a place for a 2 in row 1. It can't go here, and it can't go here or here because one of these will have to be a 2. It also can't go here because of this 2. So this is where it must go. I wonder why I didn't see that this cell cannot be an 8, because there is an 8 here. So this cell must be an 8, and therefore this must be a 2. There's a 6 here, and there's a 6 here. So we've got 6s covered for rows 2 and 3. We need to find a 6 for row 1. And since it can't go here because of the 6 here, and it can't go here or here because of this 6, we can place it here with confidence. And now the 6 here blocks these 3 cells, and the 6 here blocks these 3 cells, making this a 6. This 3 blocks these 3 cells here. The 3 here blocks these 2 cells. So that means that for column 2, a 3 will have to go either here or here. We need to find a 3 for column 3, and it needs to go in one of these two cells here. I can't see which one is going to be yet, because over here we also have 3 possible here and here. So we have 3 here, here, and we have a possible 3 here and here. These two also have to be 7s. So at least one of these two will not be a 7. In case you wondered why, because if we have a 3 7 here, we cannot have a 3 7 here as well, because that would be, I think it's called a unique rectangle, or a deadly pattern is another name for it. And it would basically mean that the solution would not be a unique one. There would be more than one solution to this puzzle, and we don't want that. We can't have that in a valid Sudoku. We can find a 5 for this row 7 because we have 3 empty cells, and they have to be a 5, 6, and an 8. And we have a 6 and an 8 already in this box. That makes this a 5. And these two now have to be a 6 and an 8. Now we got 4 givens here in this column. Let's see what we need. We need a 1, 4, 7, 8, and 9. Look at this. 1, 4, 7, 9. So this has got to be an 8. And this 8 and this 8 and this 8 now forces an 8 to go here. And one of these two cells up here now will have to be an 8. I want a closer look at the top row. We need to find a 3, 7, and an 8. This is a 3 or a 7. We know that. This here must be an 8 or a 3. Except I don't think it can be a 3, because this 3 blocks these cells. This 3 blocks this cell. So one of these two cells must be a 3. And therefore this cannot be a 3, and therefore it must be an 8. And now that we have this 8 blocking these two cells, and we have this 8 and this 8 blocking these cells here, this is the only cell left that can be an 8. And these two 8s now, in combination with the two 8s in the two bottom rows, puts an 8 here. And the last digit, as I recall, that need to go here is a 6. The 6 here and here and here puts a 6 in this cell, like so. This is going a little bit more smoothly than I had expected. Let's see if it gets tougher. These two cells have to be a 5 and a 2. This one can't be a 2 because of the 2 here and here, so it must be a 5. And that makes this a 2. I remember a 5 down here. Yes, there's a 5 here and there's a 5 here now. That makes this a 5. So now one of these two will have to be a 5 because of the 5 here and here, right? And these two guys will have to be a 2 and a 7. This one can't be a 7 for the obvious reason that there is a 7 just below it. So it must be a 2, and this must be a 7. And these two 7s now puts a 7 in the corner cell at the bottom, like so. And these two cells now have to be a 5 and a 4. I don't really know what to do about that, but these three cells together must be a 4, 5, and a 3. Ah, we got a 4 and a 5 in the top row, so this must be a 3. And that, by the way, makes this a 3 and this a 7. And now we got a 4 and a 5 here, which I still can't resolve. But it won't take long, I think. These two guys have to be a 7 and a 9. Let's see. Nothing I can do. Let's look at this column here, column 3. A 2, 4, and a 5. We know that this is a 4 or 5, so this is going to be a 2 in one of these two cells, and it can't be in this cell because of the 2 already in the row. So this is a 2. This is now a 4 or a 5 along with this cell, But it can't be a 5 because there's a 5 already in this row blocking this cell. Therefore, this is a 5. No, therefore, this is a 4, this is a 5, and this is a 4. And that makes, of course, this a 5. Now this cell must be a 5 because we have a 5 in this row and in this row already. So this is a 5. The last digit here must be a 1. And because we have two ones already here blocking these two cells, and now we have this one blocking this cell, this is going to be a 1. The last cell in this row 8 is going to be a 7, and that makes this a 7, and this now must be a 9. The last digit in this column has got to be a 4, making this a 4, and making this a 3. These two cells now have to be a 4 and a 9. There's a 4 in the column. So the 9 goes here and the 4 here. This 9 and this 9 and these two 9s puts a 9 in this place like so. And this last digit has got to be a 6. Yes, a 6. The last two digits in the puzzle must be a 3 and a 7. This is 3 in this row, so this is a 7, and this is a 3. That was an evil level puzzle by Sudoku.com. It wasn't that tough, I think, but it had a few moments where I needed to collect my thoughts a little. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll be back for more soon. Thank you for watching and bye for now.